guys. So it's 2 o'clock, and shockingly, both of my children are asleep. So I have more attention to give you than I've had for a little bit. I just found out that we don't have school tomorrow again as well, which is crazy. I can't remember a time we've ever had 4 days of school called off, even in the Halloween blizzard that it snowed like 2 feet overnight. So that's crazy. So we're going to continue to do what we've been doing online. For my 9 and 10 tomorrow, you'll have a new assignment about list 3. For everyone else, we will have assignments posted. We are going to start for my 11th grade, the book unit on Monday. So be prepared that you will be choosing a book based on what you saw and starting activities on Monday. So I still don't have any questions on Schoology, which makes me wonder if you remember how to ask questions or how to do messages. So you have to go back to the list where you pick your courses, and then where the 3 lines are, click that and go to messages, and then hit the plus on the top right hand side, and then you can write me a message. Just type my last name, Grant, and I'll come up on the list and send me your messages. I don't have any yet. You can also write me on here and I'll see it, right? It'll pop up on my screen, a live chat. I can do that. I've tested it. I can do it as well. So if I don't have any particular questions, I'm going to talk about a little bit more grammar, because just sitting here and doing nothing is not that exciting. So the first thing I'm going to talk about are gerunds. Now, we're going to talk about 2 forms that look like verbs but don't act like verbs. Because when you first start learning about verbs, you learn anything with an ing or an ed is a verb, and that's not necessarily true. So this word is gerund, okay? It really doesn't matter to me at all if you remember the word gerund. But know that sometimes when you see an ing form, it's acting like a noun. So I like swimming, okay, is the ing form. It looks like the progressive form, but it actually is serving as a noun. It's what I like. Same thing, drawing is hard is an ing form. You might see drawing and think, okay, so that must be the verb. The verb is actually is. Drawing is acting like a noun, and it is being described by hard. So that's a gerund, an ing form that is serving as a noun. So in all the noun places that I did the other assignment on. So the other one, and actually this one you see a lot, is called a participle. So this is the same form as a past participle. So the same form that you would use after saying I have driven. Okay. But except for it's used as an adjective. Sorry, I'm trying to get this the best way. So the broken window got us in trouble. Broken is the participle, right? But here it is actually used to describe window. So that is a derived form, and it looks like a verb, but it's actually serving as an adjective, so it's the adjective participle. Same thing here. I cooked carrots. Cooked, you see ed, you tend to think, oh, well, that's definitely a verb. However, here it is serving as an adjective. Cooked is describing carrots, okay? Nothing new is being cooked here. It's just describing the carrots. So if you were asked to identify the verb of the sentence, you would do like, and cooked is actually an adjective. So the terms doesn't matter. Like, I honestly, if you know that it's called a gerund and a participle, that's fabulous. It makes it a lot easier for us to talk if you make a mistake. But for the most part, it is used to, just so you know how to use them right. So if you want to use the adjective participle form, you know to use it like an adjective and not a verb. So this comes up a lot on the 9-10 writing that I'm doing right now with vocabulary, but also whenever you do writing test assignments, it's good to know. Also, for those of you who are juniors and seniors, if you go to a community college, you take a test called the AccuPlacer, and it decides what classes you have to take for reading and writing and math. And the writing one is actually a multiple choice test. You don't do any writing, which is unusual, but it's testing how well you know those grammar rules. So they're good things to know, because if you know them, you may not have to take as much writing in college, which is awesome since those classes cost money and may or may not actually give you credit towards college. So we have about 5 minutes, actually about 4.5 minutes left. I've got a couple people watching, so if you guys have questions, you can go ahead and post those. Sorry, I'm also checking my email over to the side. Okay. No, not really anything yet. If you have questions on some of your other assignments, I'm happy to try to help you with those as well. Everyone is doing their best to give you work that matters, but on the other hand, it may be really hard to do based on what they have at home or what they have available, since most of us aren't leaving the house either. So if you have questions, please reach out to me. I don't want you to feel like you are on your own. Nobody wants you to feel like you are on your own. Okay? Okay, so let's talk about one other thing since we have the time. And I want to talk about modals. Modals are, well, if you're a native speaker of English, what you're told they're called when you're young is called helping verbs. And some of them have very specific uses, and some do not, but they always are followed by an infinitive, I should say a non-inflected form of the verb. So for example, if I say, I will talk to you tomorrow, will and talk are both verbs. So will here is what's called a modal, okay? And modals actually really don't have tense, right? So, but they are followed up with another verb, talk. But this talk can't be talking, it can't be talked, it has to be the most basic form of the verb. So, another one that we frequently use is can. So, if you say, I can help you with that, okay? Can here talks about ability. It means actually the same thing as I am able to, and you must have another verb, right? We would never just say I can and then not have a verb. You always have to be talking about what you are able to do. And in this case, again, help, not help,